Hi, everyone. Welcome to my podcast series, Taking Wellness and Fitness to a New Level. I'm Dr. Jane Montero, and I have been in art education since 1989. This podcast is an outgrowth of the Michigan Art Education Association Wellness and Fitness seasonal digital news publication I created last winter to bring our members together in a community of inspired educators. In today's episode, titled Relishing Retirement, I'm delighted to have my colleague and friend, Chris Hesch. After teaching for 25 years in high school, middle school, and elementary school art, Chris is now retired. Every Friday, she participates in an open art studio through Grand Valley Artist, creating her own work. She never had time to create her own art while teaching. She's focused on developing her students' artwork and making good connections with her students. Currently, Chris is involved in 4 different art guilds and showing her work at local libraries and shows. Chris is a past Michigan Art Education Association Region 8 liaison and was a chairperson for the Michigan Department of Education show at the Hanna Building in downtown Lansing, and was honored in 2025 as the Emeritus Distinguished Art Educator of the Year. She also enjoys spending time with her grandchildren and traveling. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome, Chris. How are you doing today?
We're doing good.
Great. That's good to hear. So I'm so glad you're here. And I wanted to start by asking you some questions and then at the end leave that up to you for any thoughts that you want to share. So first question is, how many years have you been retired?
I have been retired 6 years.
Oh, okay. So you're sort of that, I don't know, kind of like maybe that mid-requirement range. I've talked to people that have just retired, so this is good. This is great. So thinking back to teaching, what did you love most about teaching art education?
I loved the students. I loved interacting with students. I loved the field trips. I loved the aha moments. I loved interacting with teachers that really like the kids' artwork and compliment you on how you're bringing art to the school.
How
So
many grade levels did you cover?
it was just high school.
Okay.
High school, the last 9.
hmm
And then before that, I was 5-6 art. And then I was K-5 art at one time. And at one time, I was a regular second grade teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
great because that gives you a lot of insight being an all subject, like homeroom type of teacher, I think, that sometimes art educators don't have. So
yeah,
that's great. I
yeah.
taught 6th grade all subjects for before I got into teaching art as a single subject. So when you decided to retire, how did you envision spending your time?
We thought that we would drive out west in our camper and see all the national parks that we hadn't been to, anywhere else in the United States that we hadn't been to, maybe even taking a trip to Europe. My husband lived in Germany for 3 years, and that would have been fun to go back and see. And then spending time with our grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do. And also, I thought about being that liaison between colleges and the pre-service teachers, kind of like what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing that. I didn't know if I had enough experience or whatnot, but I thought, well, that might be fun for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what we envisioned.
Yeah, and then there's the reality of then when you are retired, how are you spending your time?
So right now I have signed up for different art guilds in the Grand Rapids area. So being new to Grand Rapids, we've only been here for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, this is a good way to connect to art people.
Mm-hmm.
So one art group is more older women who do watercolors,
Uh-huh.
and that's fun.
Uh-huh.
Another group is actually practicing artists. So
Okay.
every day you can go in and they have a model, they have a clothed model and a naked model. They
Uh-huh.
have bring your own open studio. They have a watercolor class. And you can also take workshops, so you can learn a new trade. If you're really into your only one subject, you can learn what everybody else is doing.
Oh, that's great. How long have you been doing that?
For a couple years,
Uh-huh.
Oh, and they have a weavers guild that I
Oh,
am belong to. So that's the other thing I've taken up is weaving and fiber arts. Yeah.
oh, do you have a loom?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
it's not that big,
Yeah.
that huge loom. I do
Yeah.
more of the tabletop looms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I'm doing in retired is spending more time with the grandkids.
Mm-hmm. How many
Yep.
grandkids do you have?
I have four and one on
Four.
the way.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
one on the
So
way.
are they girls, boys, only one gender or what?
Two girls, two boys, and a little girl on the way.
Oh boy. That's so exciting. And
Yep.
they're near you? They live near you?
Two of them are near me, and
Uh-huh.
the other ones are in DeWitt.
See,
Yep.
this is to me one of the great components of being retired is just listening to you talk about these different things. It's like weaving and watercolor painting. And I've been delving into jelly printmaking, which I've never done. And printmaking, yes. And, Cam McComb, another retiree, she's down the path of lino cut printing. So it's great to be able to find something or maybe several things to just explore. I love that. I love that.
Yep. Yep. I like it all, so it's like it's hard.
Oh, it is. It is. This is a little bit of a repetitive question, but what are you doing for your own wellness? Are you in any sort of group exercise? Are you just relaxing? Like, what do you do?
I go to the Y. I've joined the Y, and I swim, exercise in the pool,
Uh,
and then I do my exercises that I'm supposed to do for my legs.
uh-huh.
So I do those.
Hmm.
We back up to a walking path, so I try to walk that every day.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's so
exercise.
important. Yeah, my dad used to always say, my dad was a doctor, and he would say, whenever you have a decision to make or whenever you have something to really deeply consider, go for a walk. Like that was always his thing. And I think of that now. He's not alive anymore, but I think of that almost every time I go out for a walk. It's like
Aw,
doing this, thinking about things. And even if you don't have something serious to think about, it's just great to be out in nature, I think, right?
right. It is. Yep.
So, and you've also kind of answered this one. I have a feeling of what's most fulfilling must be with your grandkids, but is there anything else that really stands out as being the most fulfilling so far for you as a retiree?
Yeah. Spending time with my grandkids,
Mm-hmm.
and getting to know people in the art world,
Mm-hmm.
making new friends, because it's very hard to make new friends
Mm-hmm.
as you get older.
Yeah.
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 Getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that. I need to do that more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it's hard. I mean, like to your point about making, new friends, and especially you've moved to a new place. I mean, not super recently, but still, without having kids that are younger and involved in activities or things at school, it's hard to find people.
yep. And that's what you do when your kids are growing up. Your friends are all the people that interact with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gone after they graduate from high school.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out what you're going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and or people move away. Like we've had a lot of that in our neighborhood. Like our closest friends, they moved away, and kids in college, and off they go. So yeah.
Yep.
So jumping back now to your days in art education, what words of encouragement would you like to share with art educators who are just beginning their careers?
Yeah. Um, I would say really make connections to your students. That's the number one. Get to know them,
Mm-hmm.
get to know their families. I would every day connect with each student as they're working,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore I think the better communication you have between the two, the more that they're going to work and develop their own skill.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing you need to do is have really good classroom management procedures.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it it's going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought I planned for anything that could go wrong.
Yeah.
And if I had it organized and I planned like that, then nothing would go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I even had the students compliment me on how organized I was compared to some of the other teachers, and they liked it. They liked that flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
organize, get to know your kids, and really be involved in the community
mm-hmm.
beyond the school. Get to know where you're teaching and make those connections.
Were you in a smaller size district or was it big?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And that really makes it super important to become part of that community when it's
Yep.
smaller. It's bigger, you've got all these, it's like, well, we live on that part. You don't really necessarily see each other at the grocery store. But
Yeah.
I know, I mean, where I live, we do. I do see students at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So taking this now to people who are leaning towards retirement, what words of encouragement could you share with them?
I would say if you're leaning toward retirement, please do, because there are so many teachers that, oh, I can do this another couple years and I don't really love it anymore, but I really need that pension. And it's like you're not doing those students a favor.
Mm-hmm.
If it's time for you to retire and you have health issues or you're just not loving your job anymore,
Mm-hmm.
please retire.
Mm-hmm.
And give those new teachers a chance to develop themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's what I would say. Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I'm working with the pre-service students right now, the light in their eyes and the excitement they have and the energy they have, it's so exciting to see that. And then I think about my last couple years when I was already thinking about retirement and you're right, it gets hard to maintain energy when we're thinking about retirement and it's sort of like we're just going to do it, because it's just better in the end, I feel. And just it helps that new batch of art educators come in and really light things up and
Yep.
get students excited.
Yep. I agree.
So I have loved hearing your answers. And now it's your turn. If there's anything extra you want to share with our Michigan Art Education Association members, maybe about any of the leadership roles you've had, because I know you have done some things, important things for Michigan Art Education Association. Now is your
Well, I don't think I've just done little things, not that big.
Yeah, but those are important, right?
Um, what have I done? I started with being Region 8 liaison
Mhm.
because of Adrienne DeMilner. She really took me under her wing and made me feel welcome at the meetings. And I said, okay, I can do a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
And so I was that for, I don't know, 6, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we could never get a strong enough bond between all the art teachers in our area. I
Mm-hmm.
wish we could have. I tried. I
Mm-hmm.
really tried.
Well, it's hard. I think a lot about our membership and how we have so many members. We're fourth in the nation for membership, but yet I feel like it's hard to get everybody together as a community. And it's not just so much because of distance. I think it's more of people's mindsets. I think more and more as I think about what we do in teaching is so important and it takes so much of our time and energy that I think that when people get home, it's not that they don't want to do anything more. It's just you just have to kind of let down and be with your family and do things for your own wellness. And I think that's kind of where it creates that divide. It's not that they don't want to do things, it's just sort of like, but now I want to have time for me.
Yep.
No.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
And then what else did I do? Then I was the MDE chair and
Mm-hmm.
I um, picked that artwork and made sure I got it to the correct building in Lansing. So I did that for years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did anything else for the organization.
But
A
those are
little
good.
bit.
Yeah, I mean, those are good things, and you've been involved. I mean, I think a lot of people ebb and flow, and I don't know how it was for you when your own children were younger, but I know for me, there was a period of time when we moved here from California where I joined MAEA right away because I'd been a member in California in NAEA. But then the kids from like fifth and sixth grade through like junior year of high school almost, it's so important to be with your own kids. And I think that that's when I would go to the conferences, but I didn't have any sort of role other than just going every now and then when it worked out. It's hard. Well, thank you. This has been great to get to hear from you. And I always enjoy hearing retirement stories and plans and visions. And I hope you continue to keep going to all these cool things that you're doing. Maybe now, do you put your artwork in like a show?
Yeah, the one guild we show at the libraries. So
Okay.
there's always something at the libraries here in Grand Rapids. And I'm still active with the Mid-Michigan Art Guild in Lansing. I
Oh, okay.
still dabble in a couple different shows there.
Hmm.
And I have a couple awards that I have won from them. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
Not a lot of money,
congratulations.
but the recognition is it's kind of neat. So
Sure. And it feels
yeah.
great, right? And
Yeah,
it's
it
an
feels great.
accomplishment.
Somebody really liked my artwork. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for your time. I appreciate hearing from you. And
you're welcome.
thank you. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Relishing Retirement from my podcast, Taking Wellness and Fitness to a New Level. You've been listening to Chris Hesch, an amazing retiree from Michigan. And I thank you for being here and look forward to future podcasts. Take care. Be well.